Today is May 10th, 2020. My name is Charles Suter, and in the next few minutes I'll be speaking to you about a topic that is part of a series of irrational beliefs. This is number 3 in that series. I titled this one, My Life Stinks. Obviously, anyone who believes that, even though we're in a temporary pandemic and a lot of people are sequestered, not able to work, life may be inconvenient, but life doesn't stink. But if you think that this particular thought and you think it frequently, then this is an irrational belief that needs to be countered with rational challenges. Let me get to the first main message here. Life is only temporarily inconvenient until it gets better. Notice the change in framing here. Instead of life being terrible, think of life as being inconvenient. Instead of thinking, well, this is going to last forever, start thinking until it gets better. Proposition number 1. One of the reasons maybe you're suffering emotional distress because you believe your life stinks is because you have too much emphasis on the negative. Start counting your blessings. Be more grateful for what you do have. Things that are right that could be worse. Stop the negativity. Stop complaining, condemning, and criticizing. Again, this is all attitudinal. It's all the way you think. When your life has problems, the solution to a life that stinks is solutions. And you can be the solution to your own salvation. Don't make your hardships any worse by compounding it with emotional distress. Life may be difficult, but it doesn't have to be emotionally distressful. There's no law that says that you have to be unhappy just because you're undergoing a hardship. The only way to make life better is for you personally to make it better with directed action. Proposition 2. Life gets better when you take the action to make it better. Develop a bias for action. Inaction breeds more inaction. The less you do, the more you stay in a rut. And anyone who believes their life stinks is probably in a very terrible rut. Things change, either because the environment changes, a solution is found for the pandemic, you go back to work, life goes back to normal, things change. However, you can also take action to make your life change. Your life isn't hopeless unless you surrender to hopeless thinking. And oftentimes these irrational beliefs are nothing more than hopeless thinking. Know what you want and keep it as the center of your focus. Many people focus too much on what they don't want. They don't want what they have right now. That doesn't mean that you have to necessarily suffer emotional distress until things turn around. Now here comes the rational challenges. Basically, they're all focused on action. Remind yourself, my life is not terrible, it's just temporarily inconvenient and I can handle it. Again, this is a change in reference points. I change what I can and I accept what I can't. This is a reference to the Serenity Prayer. Just remind yourself that there is a lot that you can change, a lot that's under your control. The more I work for what I want, the better results I get. Again, this is the action-orientedness that is most beneficial to reversing an irrational belief. No matter how bad my situation, I can always control my attitude. Controlling your attitude is the last of the human freedoms, something that nobody can ever take away from you. No matter how bad the situation is, you can always choose to be happy. Final message, I advise you to make the best of a bad situation until either it changes or you change it. That's all for now. Remember to stay positive. You'll be happier healthier, and live longer.